Hey YouTube, Joe here again. So today, another dehydrating video. Let me get out my scissors. My Salton Vita Pro food dehydrator here. 6 trays on the go. And I've got a 1 kilogram or 2.2 pound bag of frozen hashbrowns I just picked up today. And we're going to do some dehydrating. Why am I dehydrating frozen hashbrowns, you ask? That's a good question. I'm glad you asked. It's canoe tripping season. Currently we have a fire ban in this area. It's been very dry and a lot of forest fires, but there's some rain in the forecast, and as soon as the fire ban is lifted, I love having campfires when out camping. I'm going to be loading up my Clipper Prospector canoe, get some gear, load up some food, maybe a couple of nice drinks, and I'm heading out to Lake Superior for probably a week to 10 days. And for breakfast, I do like hash browns and eggs. I can bring a dozen eggs with me, those will keep no problem. Like hash browns, if I brought these in this state, they go bad very quickly. So dehydrate it. It's not typically a food that you dehydrate that often, but for canoe tripping, backpacking, that sort of thing, it works great. They've got a reasonable shelf life. They're super easy to do. Being frozen, there's no need to blanch them first or anything. You don't have to do anything to them. Just take them right out of the freezer. I have a tray upside down. That's better. Take them right out of the freezer, open up the bag. No need to thaw them first. Open up your dehydrator trays. And keep them spread out nicely. And just bear with me a little bit here. Almost done. There. Wasn't setting down quite right. There's 4 trays. Have that upside down. And let's try. Last time I did this, I used 5 trays. This time we're doing 6. Spreading them out a little bit better. And the reason I'm using 6 this time is I have 6. This dehydrator comes with 5 trays. A year or so ago I broke 1 tray, so I was down to 4. And just recently I ordered a couple of extra trays and some fruit roll-up trays for doing sauces. I did a video on that. And now I spread them out on all 6 trays because I have 6 trays. And I think we'll do an even better job. What we're going to do next is plug this guy in. They're not going to dehydrate very well unless you plug it in. And then double check the temperature setting on it. Last time I dehydrated, I did some boneless, skinless chicken breast, so I would have had it set at 160, which is too high for hash browns. You want 135 degrees Fahrenheit. And it is at 165. We'll just dial it back here. Get her at 135. Excuse me while I go plug this in. And we'll turn her on. Going from past experience, this is probably going to take 10 to 12 hours. Every couple hours I'll come back, rotate the trays around, bottom tray on top tray on bottom, things like that. Get nice even dehydrating, and when it's all done and they cool down, that's when I'll package them all up and set them aside for my upcoming canoe trip. And I tell you, I can't wait for that. Anyways, I'll be back after these are dehydrated and we'll go through the rest of it. Hey YouTube, so we're back. So yesterday we put on a bag of hash browns to dehydrate, 1 kilogram bag, that's 2.2 pounds. rotated the trays a few times as they were going. It took about 11 to 12 hours, pretty much what I was thinking it would take. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this 1 liter mason jar, canning funnel, and we're going to scoop them up into this jar, and then we're going to see what the weight difference is. They're all nice and dry, completely crisp, dry as can be. Now you probably don't want to watch me loading all of these into this jar. So I'm just going to pause the video for a moment and get this jar loaded up the rest of the way so you don't have to watch all this process. I'll be right back. Yeah, I will. I'm not lying to you. Okay, so we're back. So inside this 1 liter mason jar, it's a little over half full. That is same as this. This is a 1 kilogram, 2.2 pound bag of frozen hash browns. And now what we have here, let me turn this around so I can see it. The scale is calibrated to take out the weight of the jar. So starting out was 2.2 pounds, 1 kilogram. And we are now down to 325 grams. And that is almost 3/4 of a pound, just under. So nice weight savings. These are going to be great on my upcoming canoe trip or kayak trips, one or the other over Lake Superior once the fire ban gets lifted. And bear with me a second. Just want to put a lid on this for now. I am going to be doing another batch and filling this right up. What I'm going to do is store these in the freezer for now. The reason I'm doing that instead of just on a shelf is that they are cooked in oil before being frozen, so there is an oil on them. That way it's not going to have the same shelf life as something else, like when I'm doing peppers, carrots, onions, anything like that. Properly done, that's going to shelf life years long. I've done these in the past and gotten months out of them, but it is recommended to keep them in the freezer until you're ready to use them. When I go on my canoe or kayak trip, that's going to be about 7 to 10 days. No problem with them at all for that amount of time. But I have enough to have a couple pretty nice feeds on some nice beaches along Lake Superior, especially out on the islands. That's where I like to go camping. And right now I'm just waiting for the local fire ban to get lifted, and then I'm going to load up and go. So that's dehydrating hash browns. I did a video on this quite some time ago, but I had to dehydrate some more, another batch, so I figured I may as well do a new video, just freshen it up, keep it all good. So leave your comments down below, hit the like button. If you haven't already subscribed, do that for me as well. I do appreciate it, and we will be back soon with another one. And some canoeing footage.